The three characters that Miles, Mike, and Zach play are three bachelor-esque mid-20s guys who live in New York City. And it's really about how they've gotten to a point where they've realized they should address the nature of relationships. And, but they make a pact all to stay single when Mike's character sort of experiences the disappointment of divorce. Ellie is a girl who Jason meets just in a bar and doesn't really know all that much about her, but there's an instant connection between the two of them. He's very witty. I think she's just been accosted by some moron, and he's a breath of fresh air. And against her own sort of, not values, but she just makes a decision to go have fun, and she does that. And later it maybe haunts her a bit, but in an kind of in a light way. Zach plays Jason, who Ellie meets in the bar. And I think there's an instant connection because he seems to be self-deprecating and very witty. And there's no sort of ulterior motive. It's just, it is what it is. He's very upfront about stuff. But I think what I like the most about their dynamic and their relationship in the film is she never gets angry at him. I mean, she's in no way a bad person. Neither of them are bad people. I think she's just disappointed. I think disappointment is what's explored in their dynamic. Zach very generously and kindly organized a sort of bonding trip that Mike, Zach, Tom Gormican and I kind of spent. We spent like a few days just hanging out and drinking hot chocolate and kind of having s'mores. S'mores are something that I find extremely exciting, my lack of an American upbringing. Making this film was so much fun, and that was very, very important. And a lot of that comes down to, you know, your director. And Tom Gormican is a terrific director, fantastic writer, but also, you know, a human being. I mean, we all became very, very close during the film. And I think it was a fine balance, you know, a lovely balance between respecting somebody a lot, but also being able to be absolutely open. And that was always something that was, we all felt that on set, I think, a lot of the time. And as much as there was a concrete script, there was also the ability to go and have fun and improvise or just give something a shot. The film certainly balances humor with the idea of a heartfelt story. And I think it's important because this isn't, I never really felt like this was a genre film. And I think that's because maybe I can relate to the storyline, not just as being the girl or a girl, but in terms of what all of the characters are going through and the decisions they make and the place they come to in their life. I think this movie will appeal, hopefully, to women a lot because it isn't just primarily a bromance film. I think there is something important to be said for friendship, and that's certainly very visible with the guys. But in terms of, you know, I think boys can be the stupidest, and I think and Tom himself, who's written the screenplay, can also see that. He's a guy, he can see it and put it down on a page. But I think it's just, it really explores that time in your life when you're leaving behind your supposed vulnerability, and you think you're growing up and you think you've got a handle on stuff, but actually it can all come tumbling down. Hopefully they relate to it. Hopefully they kind of appreciate moments within the film. I know I certainly did when I saw it for the first time. And I truly think that all of the actors, Zach and Miles and Mike and Mackenzie, are so terrific. I think they're just wonderful performances, and I think there's a really lovely balance between humour and the heart of the film, which our director managed to navigate so wonderfully.